Excuse me, I believe the microphone is off.
Yes, totally.
Okay,
I
sorry.
think we
Thank you.
started, yeah, there was some change and I found out that I had my camera off, but I didn't find out that I had my mic off. So I'm not sure what's the last thing you hear, but well, it's basically to welcome you, to let you know about the activities and also to get to know you a little bit better. We will ask only a very short presentation about you, about your projects specifically, and then we will get to know you better in the next meetings. Also, just to let you know that we would like to attend your kickoff meeting, so we will ask that later on, but just keep it in mind that as soon as you know the dates and the location, please inform us so we can also get on board participating in person or online, so we can get to know as well your consortia, and also they all know the activities that will be needed for your participation in the next years. So with no further ado, we will start first, as you see in the agenda, with some welcome remarks from the project officer, Guillaume Jaboret, from the Joint Secretariat of the Interreg Euromed. Please.
Thank you, Merce. Thank you very much for letting us welcoming as well all the new partners from the new projects. And once again, congratulations for being here, for making it through this very competitive call, because it was a tough one. I am one of the two project officers that are working on the mission Innovative and Sustainable Economy. So I am working together with my colleague Isabelle Nobio, who is unfortunately participating to a meeting of another project of the mission that is taking place right now. So she was not able to join us, and to welcome you as well. But I can tell you that she passes her welcome as well to all of you. We're very happy to see this event today, and to see that you all meet, and the great initiative taken by the project from the governance project from the mission. Because it is very important for us that you are working all together. As you know, contribution to the governance project and to the result amplification strategy is a mandatory activity from the work plan, but we do not want it. We do not want you to feel it like mandatory, but really to feel it useful, and to jump in the logic that is behind this architecture. It is very important for us to bring your results and the results of all the projects of the mission further, and to make them more durable and more impactful, not only at the local level and at the level of the project, because I am sure the results will be there and the impact as well, but also and specifically because we think that the results are very interesting and very impactful, we build this architecture to bring it further and to facilitate the transfer, the capitalization of these results, in other territories, but also at the more institutional level. And that is why we organized this program for this programming period by missions, in order to regroup thematically, let's say, the project, and to organize with two governance projects that are sharing the work in order to build the thematic community, and also to set up the conditions for the mainstreaming and capitalization of the results in other Mediterranean territories, but also beyond. And that is what is very important, because we think really Interreg and has very interesting result to show and to promote. And that is why we would like to bring it further. I will not speak too long. I would just like to remind you that in support of this strategy, we are implementing, together with all the governance projects from the mission, a Euromed Academy that will be launched by this summer. And that will be a platform that can host all the training that you might want to organize. It will be a Moodle platform. So you will be able to organize trainings through this platform, but also governance project will be also the one that are building trainings and contents based on their work, but also on the results of all the projects. So that is why you might be asked for a contribution in order to to bring further these results and to present something at the level of the mission. The Euromed Academy also includes a library that will present your best results and the most valuable results from all the project. And really, once again, here it's in support of the strategy because the aim is to bring more visibility to all these results, to all these trainings, and also to make them more durable because the library as well as the academy will be in function until the end of the programming period, and we will see what's coming next. But if we continue working in the next programming period, we will also, of course, build some continuity between all these periods. So I will thank you very much. I will not explain, I will not talk more because I know that you have two great projects into the mission that will present really in detail all the very good work they are doing. So I will let them speak now and have a nice meeting and welcome on board again. Thank you.
Thank you, Guillaume. And as he highlighted, it's very important this relationship about the different type of projects, especially the governance projects and the thematic projects. And we hope that we can start today a smooth collaboration with you. We will now introduce the relationship we have with the Union for the Mediterranean. It's a long and close collaboration with them. And today, Cleo Fulquiron will let us know more about this. So please, if you would like to give some words.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We cannot see you. Now we can see you. Welcome.
And thank you, everyone. And I'm also joining Guillaume to thank GP Project and your mission to invite UFM to get this small introduction to Union for the Mediterranean here in your introduction to the mission. And I hope you will have a good project during these coming years. Just to remind you that the UFM was labeling Interreg Euromed project for a long time. It's like only the collaboration just not only started with the labelization process, but it's a long-standing collaboration with governance project, including Interreg Euromed Green Growth Community. We are aligned with also our strategy and our mandate because UFM is also currently including 33 countries, and we operate our mandate through a methodology based on policies, platforms, and projects. So the UFM label is part of projects methodology, trying to translate the policy dimension into tangible impact. So the UFM label provides support to projects through technical expertise, fundraising, networking opportunities with a view to scaling them up at the regional level. So basically in here, what we can do together through GP and TP contributions would be to improve the territorial and transnational governance, integrating more and south East Med associated partners, joint activities, which can try to at least to enlarge the, I can say, policy, the work you're doing at this level through this labelized labelized process you get into. If I can just mention two of UFM policies, two ministerial declaration we get, which are aligned to your specific topics. which is environment and blue economy, because UFM is implementing greener med agenda. So it's still important for you if you can jump into our website and get more information about greener med agenda, because this is where we are aligned. We also get the 2021 UEFA Ministerial Declaration on Sustainable Blue Economy and get a dedicated stakeholder platform on sustainable blue economy. It's still important for you because sometimes you can find some resources and you can say, oh, I would like to highlight specific actions I was implementing on this platform. Can I ask UFM to get like a publication, for instance? And it's still possible through your GP contacts, of course. Donc, I think it's why it's also good to get this kind of connections and introduction. And we also organized with the Joint Secretariat, Guillaume just introduced, we organize the next Med Talks in December. It's in December every year, and it's like your half day dedicated time to promote your activities, and particularly GP can promote specific policies, specific events you were organized or you will organize on the next year. And I also perhaps would like to mention the next event UFM is organizing through UNOC 3 Med Day, which will be on 10th of June from 2 to 4 p.m. So I'm pretty sure Maria and Mercy already share a link for people who would like to be involved. And we also will have the upcoming Med Green Week taking place in Brussels from 24 to 26 of June, and covering environment, climate change, energy, gender aspects. So if you're interested, there's still an opportunity to be in touch with thematic projects, and I will finish and I will tell you for the for the next time to wish welcome to this new mission.
Thank you, Cleo, for this explanation. Yeah, it's very important to highlight that even though the Interreg Euromed program doesn't include directly the countries from the southern or eastern shore of the Mediterranean, it's very important that when possible that you invite as well the participation of stakeholders from these countries as participants, as it's very welcome to have this collaboration through the whole Mediterranean region. You will see also in the next months that we will be sending you some opportunities when possible to participate in a specific UFM events, or also if you need any support from them, we can also see how we can make it possible. So now also you heard already from Guillaume and from Chloe some jargon or some TCPs, IDPs, the governance project. So now I think you will get more a clear idea of what we mean by all these acronyms. So please, Alessandro and Maria, you can go ahead.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. I'm Alessandro Davaglio, and I'm working for the Emilia-Romagna region, and we are the lead partner of one of these two governance projects that is called the Dialogue for Innovation, so the Institutional Dialogue Project. Indeed, you should be familiar already from the tour you applied in the call about, let's say, the structure of the program, but let's say just to have a recall, and I always start from the very basic concept, because if we let's say share the same understanding of the rationale, then maybe it's also easier to decide the work we can do together. The basic idea behind why having not only thematic projects like the one we are running, but also governance project, is that there is this general understanding that Interreg projects, you make your projects for your own benefit, so for the benefit of the partnership, because you want to achieve some results which are in your interest. But in general, when these results are good, are of high quality, the value produced can be also, there is additional value that can go beyond the partnership, because maybe the solution developed can be useful for others, because maybe the learning, the knowledge can be reused and can take advantage to other organizations without any prejudice of the benefit of the partnership, but also because working in a project, I don't know how familiar you are, if it is your first experience or not, but working in this kind of projects, you create some other kind of legacy, the relationship, the cohesions, maybe sometimes consolidated partnership that remains also when the projects are finished. So there is some value that is produced by the project, but it's not necessarily exploited within the project. And this is an additional value for the territory. Since this requires sometimes to be enhanced additional activities, and thematic projects cannot do everything, this is why this is especially the Euromed, the Interreg Euromed program, put a lot of attention on this kind of activity that is called amplification of the project result. And this is why there are these two governance projects which are funded. If we go to the next slide, again, you should be familiar with this concept because it was in the tour you answered. The program to systematize this activity created, approved what is called result amplification strategy. This is a peculiarity of this program, and within the result amplification strategy, with the special let's say task to contribute to it, there are the two governance projects, the dialogue and the community. The goal of the result amplification is shared. So it starts from the work of your projects, the thematic projects, that is in a way enhanced with the contribution of other program stakeholders, the governance projects, the joint secretariat, the other program authorities, including the national contact point, and other stakeholders. We are, let's say, there are relationships ongoing, like for example, UFM is the main example where this relationship is more systematized, that can contribute to this activity. So this is just to say that in a way, the work done by the thematic project is the basic brick in a way of the building. And to amplify this result, you will have the opportunity to work with other actors. So it is important, I think, that we share that what we do as governance project in a way is sort of facility to make your work easier, especially in that direction that I mentioned, to enhance the value beyond the partnership. This strategy is articulated in three objectives that is meant to reuse the knowledge produced to transfer maybe to other actors, and then to facilitate the coordination of the governance at the Mediterranean level. And later, during this webinar this morning, let's say we will go in detail, other speakers will go in detail with this activity. You can go to the next slides. Just to say that in a way, this kind of activity we do, we work in circle. So for sure, it is important that at least we capitalize also, and we work together within the program, within the Interreg Euromed, in our mission and with the other mission. But then the second ambition is that we work better and realign with the other strand of the cohesion policy, that is the largest in terms of money, regional and national program, with the highest ambition to create synergies also with other programs funded by the European Union or funded at different level. Because in the end, it is important that we all feel as part of a sort of pipeline and let's say a system that share the same final goal, that is to improve the territorial impact of whatever we do, let's say, within public policies and with public money. We can go to the final one from my side. Let's say, on this concept of result amplification, probably you studied already, but we made a few months ago a webinar with a sort of training on these categories, this concept also of amplification, also with typology of amplification. This is available in our YouTube. When you will receive the slide, let's say, you will find the link, and I invite you to register already in the YouTube channel of the mission, where you will find some of our materials. So if you have time and you have curiosity, you want to learn more on this amplification, you can simply go on YouTube and you can follow the training. And of course, we will be working together on this or to translate in practice. Okay, I will give the floor to Maria now to, let's say, complement with more specific information. Thank you.
Thank you, Alessandro. So as they said, I am Maria Calero, also from Beta Technological Center, the same center as Marcel, and we are the lead partners of the thematic community project. But both consortium are working hand in hand for this work plans. So who we are, we always present ourselves being 18 partners organization. We started, as Marcel said, in 2023, so it's a 7 years project, and we are from 8 Euro-Mediterranean countries, and we count on 24 associated partners. Okay, I'm just letting somebody else in. We had the need to, because the mission scope is very broad, and also because we have to complement with your work. So last year we did this exercise, a thoughtful exercise to try to cluster you, and we end up with these 4 focus areas. You will see that we present ourselves also in the web page like this. This doesn't mean that you cannot connect with the other projects from other focus areas, because when we do the gatherings, we also group you by type of output, but this is how we promote and disseminate the ISA mission scope. We have the marine resources focus areas that it encompass economic activities related to oceans, seas, and coasts. But for example, they also provide food, so they also have a link with agri-food systems. That activities, we define these as activities that operates the whole food value chain and agri-food systems in the Mediterranean. This we create strong links as well with PRIMA program. Also the industrial transition that embrace the EU goals to become climate neutral and move towards a more digital era. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now with you thematic projects involved. And the resource valorization, being the process of converting waste into products or residues into useful materials and resources. So as you know already, we are 5 more projects, and no new TPs from the agri-food systems, but you will get everybody's know. And we present our work in these 4 blocks. So we map resources through a systematic identification, have also map relevant knowledge and policy priorities and use of available resources, including your work and your resources. Then we also have a big block of community engagement that basically we want to be very well, we are very happy that you are active while we are active. So to engage you at individual level, but also at group level, and ensure that we can connect and all voices and visions are heard. And basically this promotes transparency, also building trust among us and mutual understanding. Then we also have a big bunch of capacity building to strengthening the skills, but also seize opportunities and address common challenges. As also Cleo said, we are a bigger community, so we can all learn from each other. And finally, having this policy impact to integrate this evidence-based knowledge at policy level and guide future decision making. And this is how, like, the results amplification strategy that Alessandro was talking about, it's kind of being placed in our work plans, and we will further explain you a little bit how we work with this. And just my last slide for the introduction. As you know, we started in 2023. And at the beginning of 2024, the first wave of thematic projects arrived, and we launched the community of practice and the community hub that will be explained today, so that you can catch up. And also earlier this year, we are starting pilot phases of different governance project activities where we involve you. And this we will be further explain you at later stages today. You will be introduced, but like, don't worry. And now basically you are starting, and basically we like to say that it's our work plan, it's a circular roadmap. We try to combine so twice a year, community engagement, have capacity building webinars, also map resources recurrently, and of course having policy impact and synergies with other programs and initiatives. And well, before giving the floor to you and start more into detail into the activities, we wanted to give this a space to, if you have any questions or comments.
We understand it's kind of a, a fast introduction to the governance projects and the mission. Later on, you will receive more specific details of the main activities, but if there's any question so far, before we move to the thematic projects introduction, you can make it.
Also, maybe the time that we created these slides to give a space for you, but feel free to raise your hand as well during the process or comment in the chat.
So maybe we can move already to the introductions of the new thematic projects. It's 5 of you new, so we will ask you to be short. You will have more time, of course, to introduce yourself in the coming events. You will see that we will request a pitch in the next online community of practice that it will be later on in autumn this year. But for now, if you could introduce briefly what's your project about, where the coordinator, the lead partner is located, and the main highlights. And we will start with the Aqua Bionets project on biodegradable aquaculture nets. The lead partner is UNIZAC, the University of Zagreb from Croatia. So please, I don't know if it's Maria or Ivana, I think.
Hi, hello. My name is
Ivana.
Ivana. I believe Maria is also here with me. I am Aquabionet Communication Officer, so I will present briefly our project. Maria is here on behalf of the lead partner. If it's okay with you, I prepare. No, okay, I can't share a presentation.
I can give you rights, but
Okay.
I wanted to make it informal, but I give you rights. Sorry. Now you should be able to present your.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for the introduction and for this warming up event. It's really nice to see and to meet everybody from the JS as well as other colleagues from other projects. So my name is Ivana. I'm from Croatia, from Knowledge Network. I will be the communication officer of Aqua Bionets project. The title is pretty straightforward. So we are starting. The basis is the biodegradable aquaculture nets. Okay. The Aqua Bionets project is a transfer project. So what are we going to do? Our goal is to engage all 5 Helix actors, so public authorities, industry, research, education, civil society, and environmental actors. We are going to support all of them into their transition to more sustainable aquaculture. The aim is to help them to implement these sustainable practices in aquaculture sector in local and regional policies. And the basis is the biodegradable aquaculture nets. So we are capitalizing some results from a former Horizon project, as well as capitalizing the methodology that we're going to use from Blue Phasma project, another Euromed project, but I will tell you about it later. So who is in the team? Faculty of Mechanical Engineering and Naval Architecture from University of Zagreb in Croatia is our lead partner. On board, we have Anetel, Larnaca and Famagusta District Development Agency from Cyprus. We have Musol Foundation, all very well-known Euromed partners. Knowledge Network from Croatia, that's my company. We are a consulting company from Croatia, and we are specialized in innovation policies on local and regional and national level. We have Porto Conte Ricerche Research Institute from Italy. We have Faculty of Natural Sciences Chemistry Department from University of Tirana in Albania. We have Kito Marine Farm from Greece, so it's a marine farm, as you can see. And we have 5 associated organizations, 1 from Albania, 2 from Spain, and 2 from Croatia. So how are we going to reach our goal? I will really keep it short. We are going to implement a living lab methodology that was created first in Blue Phasma project for another sector. So we are going to adapt the methodology specifically to the context of our 6 countries and our topic, the sustainable aquaculture. I already mentioned capitalization of another Horizon project. They were experimenting with different biodegradable, actually natural materials for aquaculture and fishing nets. So we are choosing 2 of their results and then continuing with them. We are going to engage stakeholders, all 5 groups. I believe you're all well known with the quintuple helix approach. So the point is to engage the whole value chain of aquaculture in our 6 countries. And we are going to do it through a 6-phase process. So we're going to connect, educate, and train. We're going to implement the new sustainable practices and policies in their own environment. We're going to test them, improve them, evaluate, and of course, disseminate in the end. We already know our location and date for the kickoff meeting. It will be held in Šibenik, Croatia, 10 and 11th June, in this beautiful St. John's fortress, which you can see on the photo. We have a beautiful view. So you are really welcome to join in person. If not, of course, it will be a hybrid session. So we will share a link with our project officer and other people who need to participate. In the end, I just wanted to invite you to keep in touch. We're going to be really active. We plan to have many events in our 6 countries. I believe many of you are coming from our 6 countries. We will have an awareness raising campaign. So please stay in touch, follow our website, follow our social media that will be up very soon. And don't forget that we are really always open for a collaboration. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Ivana. You provided us as well information that we need from each project, so that's great. And I see lots of collaboration potential with different projects that are currently in the mission. So that's very nice. We will move now to the next project, which is Reconnect. It's led by the Technology Transfer and Innovation Center in Italy. I'm not sure if it's Roberto or Enrico presenting today.
It's me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Roberto Sandrini. Good morning, everybody. I'm Roberto Sandrini, representing T2I, the Technology Transfer Innovation. It is a regional innovation agency which shareholders are the Chamber of Commerce. Very quick. We have an incubator. We have some experience in projects. We are dealing with many topics, particularly, actually, we are working on the advanced technologies and we are dealing with the creative culture industries. This is my introduction. I would like just to comment the full project title because it will help us to have an overview of our project. The Reconnect, that is the acronym, has a full project title that says Creative Craft for Industrial Symbiosis in Blue Economy Sectors. There are three main concepts behind this full project title. First of all, creative craft. Then we have the symbiosis or industrial symbiosis, and then we have the blue economy sectors. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, because it will be my pillar for the presentation, because you told me that the presentation PowerPoint won't be necessary for today.
Totally fine.
We have time to come back with many, many details. So I would like just to point out what we are going to do. We are combining three things. Creative craft. What is creative craft? Is the ability to produce something manually with flexibility, creativity, and a human approach. Second point, we are talking about industrial symbiosis. You know that this is the usual one very specific approach that has definitions at European level concerning the capability to recover, to reuse something that is coming from other production processes and valorize them. Third point, blue economy sectors. I don't say here too much because I think that I'm among experts about that. But Reconnect wants basically to valorize residues from blue economy sector, mainly from fishery and aquaculture, but we will look at the algae sector as well, to produce to obtain new products thanks to the cooperation with the handcraft sector and the use of advanced technologies. This is what we have in mind. We are doing these kind of activities together with other partners. From Italy, we have one Chamber of Commerce that is located in Venice. Then we have a couple of Greek partners. One is Kino, and one is the lead partner of the project that will follow my presentation, so I don't say too much. They will introduce themselves afterwards. We have the Chamber of Commerce of Montenegro. We have one development agency in Albania. We have the university, one university in Croatia, not Zagreb, don't worry. We have another one. And then we have BIC Malaga and the Andalusian maritime clusters. How we will, what we would like to achieve? We would like to push the circularity and enhance the bioeconomy in the aquaculture sectors, obtaining new partnerships between companies that are dealing in the blue economy sector and handcraft sector thanks to the support of the advanced technologies. Basically, we will do that with two main tools. One is one methodology to establish the partnership, and one is the tool that is AI-based tool that will assess the capability of the companies in the blue economy sector to establish such a collaborations. That's all. This is our project in short. Don't worry, I will be back and I will have time to bore you much more in the
Sure.
following events. Thank you.
There will
Thank you
be
very much.
plenty of occasions, Roberto. Thank you for the introduction. So we can move now to the next project, which is BioStars, and it's led by the Center for Research and Technology in Greece, CERT, who is also present in different projects of the mission already. And I guess it's Evangelia presenting.
Actually,
No,
it will be
it's...
me.
Okay. Sorry.
Papagelis is my name.
Ah, yes. Sorry that you mentioned it.
Yes, I seem to be there it goes. Yeah. Can you see everything correct?
Yes, we can see it now in full screen.
Hi everyone, my name is Papagelis Dionysis. I am a scientific associate of CERT. I will be presenting in place of Mr. Chrysovaladis Ketikidis, who is the project coordinator. He was unfortunately preoccupied abroad. So, BioStars, systemic circular bioeconomy solutions to support startup and social-driven innovation in rural areas. It is a Smarter Med program, specifically a transfer project, with a duration of 27 months, starting recently in April 2025. The project aims to apply circular bioeconomy toolbox based on bio-based technical solutions and social innovations validated by previous projects, namely Biolog and the Revive project. Its aim will be to pave the way to set up bioeconomy startup villages or transition already existing startup villages into bioeconomy startup ones. It will provide assistance and advisory support for the development of said villages and raise awareness of the rural innovators on sustainable and systemic circular bioeconomy solutions. Its main approach will be based on two pillars. Technical solutions on one hand, addressing practical problems using technology principles and scientific knowledge, and social innovations, where we will be addressing social, cultural, or educational challenges to share knowledge and ownership in order to create a positive social impact. BioStars will share information and examples of sustainable bioeconomy and nature-based solutions in rural areas and provide innovative circular, sustainable, and socially fair bioeconomy solutions for two main sectors, food systems transformation and bio-based sectors, covering biological waste or residues and bio-based materials and products. Simultaneously, of course, we'll be employing digital technologies and approaches as a cross-cutting priority and as our main tool for this project. Again, as a transfer project, we aim to optimize and share validated common instruments, policies, strategies, and action plans to have the stakeholders adopt them. To do this, a toolbox will be constructed, which will contain technical documents, business cases, regulatory examples, financial implementation tools under real conditions, best practices from previous projects, practical experiences, etc., and methodological documents, templates, questionnaires, and guidelines to explain and facilitate the analysis, assessment, and collection of information. Through these vehicles, we aim to be promoting innovative, sustainable entrepreneurship and enhancing new skills and habits, specifically for young people or new or emerging sectors and those in transition, and promote blue or green skills and jobs and sustainable behaviors. It is a multi-country partnership between 9 total partners and 10 associated partners from Greece, Spain, Croatia, Italy, Cyprus, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. And last, a few words on our structure and how we chose the givers and the receivers of the transferring process. The givers were selected according to their role in developing key outputs in the previous successful projects of Bioloc and Revive, and based on their knowledge and expertise in systemic bioeconomy solutions. Receivers were chosen based on their biomass availability and bioeconomy potential, ability and readiness to be engaged in systemic bioeconomy solutions, startup and social innovation, and ability to act as a multiplier for these solutions. Briefly, the countries chosen are Amideo in Greece, Lovas in Croatia, Subequana Valley in Italy, Atheno in Cyprus, Interior Argirafe in Spain, and Hadžici in Bosnia-Herzegovina. We don't yet have a site, which is being currently developed by partners at CTA, and our kickoff meeting will be done on the 17th of June in Thessaloniki. Thank you for your attention. I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to get to know each other, as you all said, in future meetings.
Sure. Thank you, and Dionysis, for your presentation. It's always nice as well to build up on previous projects or current projects. So for sure we can ensure that this amplification process move forward. Now it's time to get to know the Solemet project. This one is led by COFE, Municipality of Ferrara. So please, if you could present this project. I think
Hi,
it's Erika,
hello.
but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure. Okay,
it's me.
good, great.
Hello, nice to see you, to meet you, and thank you for this opportunity to get in touch and start this collaboration. So yes, Solemed, it's a project that is led by us, the Municipality of Ferrara. I'm working in the European Projects Office, and it's a transfer project that is based on the experience that we had during the former actually programming period with the ERDF national regional fundings of the Emilia-Romagna region that led to the construction of this network of open labs, so these collaborative spaces dedicated to innovation and social innovation mainly. What we want through this project, and also thanks to this pairing with the University of Ferrara, is to test and assess the potentiality of this model, so this open lab model, and transfer mainly the startup creation lab and the model of open labs in other regions across the Med area. The partnership is made by ourselves and the University of Ferrara, the region of Thessaly in Greece, the municipality of Lleida in Spain, and the municipality of Razlog in Bulgaria. We also have VLabs, that is an SME based in Cyprus, and the Chamber of Commerce of Banja Luka in, again, Bosnia-Herzegovina. We are really happy to have this project approved because it's very important. The Open Lab is one of the most important actor in the city dedicated to innovation and the creation of this startups ecosystem, let's say. We will provide of course, a toolkit to the transfer of this experience in other regions, and also a lot actually of training courses for young entrepreneurs in the regions involved. Our kickoff meeting is fixed for the 18th and 19th of June and will be held here in Ferrara. So it will be an online in-presence kickoff meeting with also an online session for our project officer. And I think that's all.
Great. Thank you very much for the presentation, Erika. It's nice to see that some of consortiums have more municipalities involved, some others Chamber of Commerce. So it's very nice to have this rich environment of stakeholders. Thanks as well for the dates of the kickoff meetings. I see that some of them overlap, but since we are a wide range of partners, we will be able to cover all of them, hopefully. We will now move to the last of the new projects, which is CIR Biowaste. It's led by the Autonomous University of Barcelona, and it will be presented by Esther Molina. Please, if you want to share the slides.
Yes, good morning all.
Good morning.
Okay, can you confirm me you're seeing the presentation?
Yeah, not in full mode yet.
Okay, perfect.
But it's coming, yeah.
Great. So I'm presenting on behalf of Tony Sanchez, who is the leader of this project. So we are CIR Biowaste, and the title of our project is Fostering Innovative and Sustainable Biowaste Management and Circular Bioeconomy in the Mediterranean Area. So allow me to introduce 2 minutes of who are we. We are belonging to the Autonomous University of Barcelona, and we are a research group specialized in composting. We mostly do research on different treatment possibilities for biological waste. And for this project, we won't be alone, of course. We are a consortium of 6 different partners from 5 different countries. We will be working together with END Foundation, also here from Barcelona. We will also be working with a partner of Italy, the Italian Composting and Biogas Consortium, another partner from Portugal, the ZERO, it's the Association for the Sustainability and the Earth System. We are one more from Greece, the ECOREC, the Ecological Recycling Society, and another partner from Bulgaria, the Regional Energy Agency of Pasardih. We will also be fostering collaboration with around 19 associate organizations. As I mentioned in the beginning, the title of this project is or the main objective of this project, according to the title, is to support the development of sustainable biowaste management in the Mediterranean area. As a transfer project, we will help in closing this biowaste loop through upscaling and transferring innovative existing solutions from the givers and adapted to different contexts, which will be the takers. And we will do so, but we will also support the development by fostering governance system focused on creating and enhancing an efficient, resilient, and circular bioeconomy. More specifically and briefly, we will do so by different activities, which to come. Some of them will be promoting efficient and public awareness models to reduce this biowaste generation and increase separate collection. On the other hand, improving biowaste separate collection with efficient individualized models from these already known working systems. We will also promote efficient biowaste recycling, both in centralized or decentralized plant, by fostering new alternative treatment like home and community composting. And finally, fostering the effective use of recycled products such as organic fertilizers and soil to improve this return and the main goal of valorizing organic waste. Thank you so much for your attention. We already also know recently our kickoff meeting date. It will be the 13th of June, the morning, and it will most likely be online. We will come back with more details. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Esther. We also know some of the partners, so it will be nice to interact through this framework. I'm just taking advantage that we only missed the dates and location of the Reconnect project. Roberto, have you decided them already? So we note them down.
Yes, we launched the doodle and the deadline was yesterday. Let me check. I will tell you.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell me later
yeah,
on
I
or in
will
the
tell
chat.
you. It will be online anyway. It
All
will be
right.
online.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. Great. So thank you very much for all this introduction of the project. It's good for us to start getting to know better. And now it's the time that you get to know us better as well. You will have now different presentations by different partners, so you also see who is leading each activity. And we will start with the pack of activities within the mapping of resources. And we will move now from presentation to presentation, so I don't need to intervene in between. The first activity will be presented by Nicoleta from UNICE, I think, so we can move ahead. Please just keep in mind the timing. We have 1 hour ahead, so we have to put everything in between this hour. Thank you.
Thank you, Merce, for the introduction. And basically, I'm just I'm Nicoletta Patrizzi from the University of Siena, and I'm working in this specific activity that was already introduced by Guillaume. So I'm just saying that this is the Euromed Academy, that is a joint effort among governance projects from all the missions and the joint secretariat, and is designed to foster your results by building two parallel building blocks that are the Moodle training platform and the Interreg Euromed library. Basically, the motto is one academy, two section for reaching these two goals. And the Moodle training platform is a training path that designed to share the knowledge and skills. And the Interreg Euromed library, let me introduce my colleague, that is Clemence from Polmer Mediterranee, that is this intended to host your key production and to enhance the capitalization by having a peer review process. So Clemence will tell you and will introduce the two approaches, complementary approaches for the peer review methodology that have been put in place between the Interreg Joint Secretariat and governance projects. Clemence?
Yes, thank you, Nicoletta. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Clémence Lecorf from Polymer Méditerranée. We are partner in the Community for Innovation project and in charge of the peer review process. That's why I'm here today to welcome you and explain to you this process. So as Nicoletta explained, this is part of an overall process. We will be peer reviewing your key output. That means that within the governance project, we will have a view on what you have produced, and we will evaluate if your production will be able to go to the catalog, the Innovative Solution for a Sustainable Economy catalog, and to the library of the Euromed Academy. So this will be done through the same process, the peer review process, and in parallel we will conduct the same evaluation, but with a different result. Going to the catalog through the analysis of potentialities, or going to the library of the Euromed Academy. Next slide, please. So to be more concrete, what we will ask you to do is to send us your key production. A key production is an output or a public and a public deliverable. To send this key production to us when they are finalized. You can send this production at every moment. You don't have to wait for the official submission. But anyways, we will contact you in a few months when your project will be already more advanced, to discuss more deeply on what are your key production. Once you have sent us this key production, we will design two peer reviewers that are in our consortium and who have skills and who are familiar with the thematic you are approaching. And these 2 peer reviewers will analyze your production and complete what we have called a peer review form, and taking into consideration the overall presentation of the production, the potentiality to be transferred of the production, and the relevance to the Sustainable Development Goals. We will be able to ask you for updates if we think that your production could have more potential to be transferred, and then we will be able to publish it to the catalog or on the Joint Secretary Library. That's all for me. Thank you, and we will keep in touch in the next months.
Thank you, Clemence. So I suppose I take the floor now. My name is Lucia Prenza. I belong to Dynamic Vision company that is a partner of the Community for Innovation project. And we are responsible for producing this final outcome, which is the catalog. So as my colleagues mentioned, Nicoletta and Clemence, after this peer reviewing process, we will produce a final like repository of resources, including all the productions that we think that are the most transferable ones. This has some common points with the library of the program. So it's basically like a same resources repository, but at mission level this time. The difference is that we include also the analysis of potentiality of the transferring potential for each outcome. So this is just a visualization, a simple visualization of how this catalog would look at the end. If you have been a bit proactive and you have already checked our website, you will see that already a preliminary version of the catalog exists. Of course, the projects have not yet produced results, but at least not all of them. But we have developed this preliminary version with results from the previous programming period. So very soon we will update this, and it will have this form that you are looking on this slide. So a title, if it's an open or a closed project, the date of production. We will include some keywords to facilitate browsing the catalog. And as a result of the potentialities analysis that Nicoletta explained, we will have a score evaluating the transfer potentiality. And also a qualitative analysis that includes the contribution of this outcome to the SDGs. As you can see, we will also analyze the target groups that each result plans to address, the type of output, if it's a database, if it's a action plan, etc. A short description along with an analysis of potentialities, meaning that we plan to address what are the challenges on transferring this output, the potential barriers, what are the opportunities to replicate them in other contexts or areas. At the end, we will also have some links to other material of the project. So that's from my side. That would be the catalog, and we plan to have this new version about end of the summer, when we will have the first results peer-reviewed from the third call of projects that are already ongoing. I see some hands.
I think it was Roberto from last.
Okay.
Maybe you want to say the kickoff meeting date. Thank you, Lucia.
Yeah, apologize. It was standing from ages. Yes, in the 23rd of June.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Summer solstice. Nice date. Okay, so now I take the floor jointly with my colleague Francesco Camonita. He will present after me. You know me by now, and just so we are moving to the community engagement pillar or like a type of activity. My colleagues have explained you a little bit of the mapping resources activity and peer review process. So for the community engagement, we have what we call the community of practice. That basically it's us, the 2 governance projects, and you, the 19 thematic projects. And this is we aim, but it's already happening, to be on a strong network of the mission to increase everybody's project's impact. And we are also facilitating and offering a space of collective knowing and learning. For example, this picture is from our last and third community of practice that was held in Sarajevo in April this year. In numbers, we are currently already 185 connected partners from 18 countries with a well representation of the quadruple helix. And also, as Lucia has said, if you already dig into the webpage, we also created an interactive map. And in fact, we already added you because the project officers already shared with us the draft application forms. We already digged a little bit more into your consortium. So we already counted all of you, and it's a little bit, it's a well spread quadruple helix approach, but we are 64 public authorities, 46 research centers, 40 private sectors organization, and 35 NGOs. And for example, in here, we count our associated partners. We are working on your associated partners because the network keeps increasing, the active network. The approach of the community of practice is, as I kind of mentioned before, online and in-person gatherings at least every twice per year. So this means that we meet. So we met in April. We will meet again in October, and we will let you know. So now we are. You will be invited in the 4th ISECOP online. We will also share the date so you can save the date. And you can read already the public report and also learn more from the trainings that we have been providing to you as well. And this is when we plan for you to give a pitch presentation so that you explain yourself to the others. What are you doing and being formally introduced. And for the other projects, you can also dig more into their webpage and posters. Anyway, like we facilitate this work, and it's the approach is that we always do, we connect, so we always do a round of introductions and get to know each other. We do this learning, so we offer a capacity building for you, but also learn from you. We always have a space to share what you are doing in your work plan, so you also get synergies with other thematic projects. And for the collaborate, we started and launched the thematic working groups, were launched the last community of practice in Sarajevo. And basically it is to go deeper into specific thematics and take advantage that you are all experts and to put you on the table. And the idea is that to complement these thematic working groups every 2-3 months, so within the communities of practice. And this will be the main collaborative output because we will write 4 white papers from these gatherings or from these meetings. We already did the first one in Sarajevo, and we will invite you to the second one during mid-July in online, basically, and you will also meet the other thematic projects. We will start involving you slowly, little by little, but don't worry, you will catch up. Just also to finalize this part, the idea is to, as I said, next year to have these white papers finalized, but what we are trying to do during these 1 hour and a half or 2 hours meetings is to go deeper into on a specific section of this white paper. For example, in Sarajevo, we work a lot with the challenges and regional context. This upcoming one, we also want to dig more into the regional context and have a good map of your demo sites and pilots, because I think, well, we think that you can also find a lot of synergies and further increase your stakeholder engagement as well during your, for example, living labs or open labs or demo sites, basically. and propose solutions. So try to see jointly how you do the methodologies and which common ground are within your methodologies thematic wise. And here you can see that we are a big group and we have thematic working groups leaders, supporters, and contributors. It's spread along the consortium, and they are or we are all more expert in the specific thematic that we lead. But the experts are you, of course. And I leave the floor to Francesco. Like, feel free to comment on the chat or ask questions. Any?
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Maria. Hello and good morning to everyone. A very quick presentation on myself. My name is Francesco Camonita. I'm a policy and project officer of the Conference of Peripheral and Maritime Regions. Just to let you know a little bit about myself, I'm the responsible coordinator for Blue Economy and Innovation at the regional office of the Inter-Mediterranean Commission, which is our branch office dedicated to Med regions. But I'm also a work package responsible for activities in the ESA mission. So today will be my pleasure to introduce to you really the engagement experience of the ISAC app, Innovative Sustainable Economy Community of the Mediterranean. If we can go quickly to the next slide, I would like to start this presentation by let us understanding for a second what is exactly the ISAC app. So the idea in here that if you want to take a simplest definition, we're talking about a vibrant community of individuals and organizations that actually have coming from all the different sides of the Mediterranean, they have one common goal: to drive a fair transition to a sustainable economy through transformative innovation. At a ground level, as you can see, the hub will be the typical policy app opportunity to, stay informed about ongoing activities, explore collaboration opportunities, further showcase your innovation and results, and offer your input into common regional challenges. But we would also like to use this presentation to actually give you an idea about the strategic function of the hub for you. In a way, we wanted the ISAC hub to actually be able to connect Euromed mission actors, so the partners that are doing the projects, with external Mediterranean stakeholders that are not involved in the program. And at the same time, the hub is also a way to actually keep former project partners who have completed the Euromed projects, and they do not have a follow-up, to still stay engaged and belong to the same community. As you can see in the layer on the right, the idea is that ISAC hub is the more exterior layer. So the idea is that you have the governance projects right in the middle, then we have the community of practice of the thematic projects, and then at the final layer, you have the ISAC hub, the external outreach. If we can go to the next slide, we just wanted to state the fact that the ISAC hub was not born yesterday. As a matter of fact, we launched it on the 2nd of October of 2024. And so far, we're really happy with our members so far. We reached 235. And as you can see, we've also updated our statistics and analysis for this presentation. And we just wanted to show you in there that we have quite a distribution in terms of territorial level, from international down to local, that we also have quite a multi-stakeholder distribution in terms of public authorities, academia and research, quadruple helix. And at the same time, in terms of a map geographical distribution, you can even see that we even have some affiliate members coming even from beyond the Med and still following our achievements. But we do have a majority of partners located in the Mediterranean. If we can go, as a matter of fact, to the next slides, this is the idea about what is going on with the Mediterranean members, in the sense that, of course, we do have a big representation from some of the most influential countries in the Euromed program. So you can see some of the usual suspects: Spain, Italy, and Greece, for example. But the very good thing is that we're also reaching out there and we're also engaging members, getting members from other countries, for example, Southern and Eastern Med. Now, if we can go to the next slide, another thing that we wanted to clarify is that we developed themes and sub-themes, which are like our navigation guidelines inside of this app. The idea is that everyone has this common goal of, switching to sustainable economy through transformative innovation. But starting from there, the scope of this mission is very broad. And so people do very different kinds of activities. These themes and sub-themes are our navigation guidelines. They are not stringent conditions. They are a classification aid that we developed in order to be able to classify our members, better dynamize their networking, support their alignment with policies, and unite the dissemination of outputs. The idea in here is that these categories are all, that's okay, Maria. These categories are actually distributed across green economy, blue economy, and cross-cutting priorities. If we go to the next slide, there's also another thing that we wanted to clarify. This hub is not just a virtual space. but it's actually a combination of virtual and physical. Because virtually, we are centralizing everything, all of the tools of the hub on the mission website. You can see the link in there already shared in the chat. But at the same time, there's also a physical space in the sense that we will be organizing in-person gathering and events for members to participate to. At the same time, it's also important to understand that we are proceeding to a restyling process for the web section by summer 2025. We have developed all the structure, all the activities, all the tools. Now we're looking towards having a little bit of a graphical restyling and branding. Very quickly, going into the next one, I'm not going too much into detail on this, but I just wanted this opportunity to introduce the partners that are behind the ISAC Hub. This is a pure crossing of the two governance projects in terms of the activity management. So very quickly, just to let you understand that we have CPMR, we have Mio XT, we have Beta UVIC, and we also have MedWaves as the main responsible partners in terms of organization. And I'm also happy to confirm that we have this year a few IB volunteers from the Interact program that are helping us out in developing this and in managing this community. But now, without further ado, I just want to go in a little bit more inside the hub and talk about the content and the activities to make you understand what we're doing in there. Basically, we divided the hub across 4 different pillars, and each one has got the set of tools that can benefit you. Very quickly, let's try and explain this. We have pillar 1, connect. The idea is this is the pillar that actually allows the members to connect with a critical mass of like-minded people. How can they do this? Well, we put at your disposal a graphical online directory, the Kumu, which is like a visual map on membership and interest of all the members. And then after this, we also have a LinkedIn group where you can find interesting info, like, for example, calls for funding, other members' updates on innovation and sustainability, and you can also interact with the others. Then you have Learn, and in this pillar, you can actually access innovative tools, solutions, and policy approaches. Translated into tools, this refers to all of those materials, training materials, like the webinars, like the training courses and modules that will be located in the Euromed Academy repo. But at the same time, we're also planning a survey that will help you specifically request and tailor-made the programs to your needs and priorities. Then after this, let's go to the 3rd pillar, share. This is the pillar where you can actually stay informed about the latest institutional developments, events, and discussion related to ISE, Innovative Sustainable Economy. The 2 tools at your disposal here are the Miro board, which is like a knowledge sharing space where you can check everything that has been produced before by the mission. And at the same time, the rolling calendar, which we're trying to convert it in one of the first Med and EU level calendars with all the events associated to sustainable economy and innovation. Finally, the pillar Collaborate allows us to stay engaged with you, and it allows you to check on the one side, our Hubs Synergies program, where we try to put together a lot of different hub initiatives and give you an opportunity to explore those as well. And at the same time, the Scan for Messages activity, where as far as we keep developing our policy messages in terms of sustainable and innovative economy, this is when we can actually get to consult you and at the same time to send survey and polls on the LinkedIn group and via email. This said, again, I just want to conclude on this, and I want to recap with you why you should join, what are the main benefits for a member. First of all, make sure that you register, the link has already been provided, and once you do, if you are, for example, looking to build a partnership or be willing to connect with like-minded people, maybe because you're organizing an event, then please feel free to use the Kumu directory and the ISAC LinkedIn group. Or again, if you're looking for the trainings and all the materials that you need for advancing and capacity building in ISE, make sure to check the learning repository or get in touch for the survey. If you do not want to miss any event related to what we're doing here, to the mission, to the main topic of our projects, make sure that you check the rolling calendar of the app. If you are looking into checking back some of the outputs that we already produce, make sure to use the Miro board. And finally, if you want in the future to be engaged, say your own, and participate to our policy messages, do not forget to actually stay engaged in the website and on LinkedIn. Finally, a very big recap of that, main reasons for ISAC Hub engagement. If you subscribe to the Hub, you automatically get affiliated to the ISE newsletter, because there will be a dedicated Hub section. You will be presented with multiple networking opportunity. You do get an help desk service with small perks, for example, the calendar, to actually provide more cross-dissemination of your own activities. You do get the invitation to and awareness of the events, for example, Med Innovation Camps and Summits that our governance projects organized. You get direct access to repositories and platforms and the possibilities to be consulted for flash polls and surveys. Feel free at this point to send an email if you're looking for more specific information. And now I will give back the word to my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody, and good morning from me as well, and welcome to the Growing Innovative Sustainable Economy Vision. My name is Haris Palioyannis, and I work for the Mediterranean Information Office for Environment, Culture, and Sustainable Development. And yes, I know that you are probably overwhelmed by what you've heard today, but I'm gonna very, very briefly present to you one of the most meaningful collaboration tools that the mission is offering, and this is the Mentoring and Twinning program. So this initiative is all about peer learning and knowledge exchange. It creates in a more structured way the experienced project partners, or else as we call them, the givers, which are you, to support other stakeholders from across the Mediterranean, both shore, north and south, as we call them, the takers, and who are keen to build on your results, replicate your innovations, and apply your tools and methodologies in their own local context. So in simple terms, this is how we are trying to bring our collective experience beyond the project boundaries and make it real, useful, and impactful across the Mediterranean by amplifying each other's work. It's not just one-off exchanges. We envision this as a journey where both sides can actually grow through learn, share, and growing together. To give you a little bit more detailed look of what do the mentoring and twinning exchanges involve, if we could move to the next slide, please. Thank you. How does this journey actually look like? The mentoring and twinning exchanges are designed to be hands-on and practical. They can include various forms, such as workshops and training sessions, dive a little bit deeper into project results, online exchanges to make collaboration accessible and somehow continuous, face-to-face trainings where partners work together on site, and participation in events, allowing networking and visibility. We also support peer mentoring, which is basically by co-developing action plans and application of tools and frameworks developed by your projects in order to be transferred throughout the Mediterranean. So this is not just a passive transfer of knowledge, it's an active co-creation process that supports the real implementation in different Mediterranean territories. So how this mentoring and training will evolve and with which taker or other stakeholders you will be matched, it's something that yeah, we're looking forward to see as your project will develop. So where are we now in the process? We have established the methodology, what we call the mentoring and training methodology. And now, after a process of selecting takers who are interested in the specific outputs and objectives of some of the thematic projects, we did a careful matching between the givers and the takers based on what you've developed and what stakeholders are looking for, as I've explained. Now we're structuring collaborative exchanges with clear objectives and shared milestones. We are basically at this process now. We've decided to start with a piloting phase in order to see how this process will evolve. So after giving some time for the thematic projects to kind of build on their partnerships and their working plans, now we've decided to introduce them to basically implement the mentoring and twinning with these 4 takers. It's a dynamic process, as you can see. After the development of the action plans, which we hope it will end in June, then we're going to have the full implementation phase. So basically, the takers will be able to meaningfully engage in the activities and events of the thematic project. So, as you understand, in this dynamic process, your role is also key. So we'll be reaching out to you to involve your teams directly. After, of course, some meaningful time will be given to you. You're just in the start of your project. And in the meantime, we encourage you to bring forward ideas, flag relevant outputs that you think could be transferred to other territories of the Mediterranean. And perhaps think about nominate people from your organizations to participate as mentors or be the focal points in this process. So yeah, that was the mentoring and training. It's really a chance to amplify your results, make a bigger impact, and really help shape the change we are talking about across the Mediterranean. Thank you very much.
Super, thank you so much, Harris. So now I will start presenting the work package on transformative innovation policy labs. So my name is Shaima. I'm from the Ministry of Finance of Government of Catalonia, partners in the Dialogue for Innovation project. So I'm sure you are all super tired, but I will try also to go as quickly as possible. And please, if you have questions or to interrupt or whatever, feel free to do that. What we try to do in this in these spaces, no, that we understand that are guided and facilitated spaces for place-based challenge. For place-based and challenge-led action, for an innovation, an innovative sustainable economy in the Mediterranean. So this is like the title that you should keep, because we understand that our challenges or the challenges that we are facing today are systemic and complex. Therefore, they need complex and systemic solutions as well. So for us, or as a mission, an innovative, sustainable economy in the Mediterranean is the one that aspires to solve social challenges, to improve our quality of life, while being aligned and respectful with environmental sustainability. And it's an economy that takes advantage of technological progress while escalating value chains, working in niches that are capable of creating alternatives while mitigating negative effects. So this is like our shared vision as a mission. So to do that, to face these challenges that are complex, that are systemic, we need to come up with these solutions. So to do that, we need spaces that are articulated to understand the place-based challenges that we are facing, that stakeholders develop a shared and systemic understanding of these problems, that stakeholders can define together a shared vision of the future that they want to work and explore the possible pathways. It is a space where they can come up with actions to collaborate in experimental spaces, to develop, test, and demonstrate these alternatives that are aligned with the shared vision of the future. And there are spaces to learn, diffuse the alternatives, and adopt the alternatives as a new business as usual. So I'm saying like this because this is why governance platforms are so important in a mission, such as this, because we need to support these niches, which are your innovation projects in the Mediterranean together with the rest of the capacity building activities and community engagement. We need to support to not only protect them, but also escalate them and diffusing them. We need to share the same directionality. This is something key in our mission. We need all together to work towards the same objectives and aspirational future and goals. We need together to detect windows of opportunity on how to work together to escalate these solutions and alternative practices, and to articulate these capitalization processes that our colleagues explained to serve transition pathways. Like, it's not something to diffuse just to diffuse, but because we share the directionality and we want to engage in transition pathways altogether. So that's why transformative innovation policy labs are these spaces for creating these structures. No? So if you, Maria, could please go to the next slide, please. Thank you. They are facilitated and guided spaces where these multiple actors that are affected by a complex and place-based challenge need to work together to address them in a transformative innovation and systemic approach. So they are addressing sustainable challenges within the scope of the mission that are local and place-based. This is super important information, but that they are aligned with regional and the Mediterranean level. So it's not isolated actions, but that they are relevant for our policies and our sustainable goals. And we use a methodology which is innovation camps, which are also spaces for implementing and working on the challenge, and it's like a challenge-driven journey with the affected stakeholders. So it's like this common methodology that we are using. So if you can please go to the next slide. The working process of the activity is that for this period we are implementing 9 pilots of policy labs, led by the different Dialogue for Innovation partners in their respective territories, that they need to work on a complex and place-based challenge with different involved and affected actors. And this will be reproduced in a second generation. So our conceptual framework, this is a bit of the circle of the activities. So the idea is that we are now finishing the conceptual framework that will be published very soon in a format of a guideline. To understand a bit this transformative innovation policy approach and how to articulate spaces for experimentation and scaling up innovative solutions for better policy making. We want to address how SDGs and sustainability transitions are relevant and articulated for the Mediterranean, how to co-create shared understandings of the challenge-oriented policies, how to create frameworks for multi-level policies, local, regional, Mediterranean, that are relevant for regional development policies. And then we go to the implementation phase, which is what we are putting in place this year and next year. So in this first generation of policy labs led by these partners, and their objective is to create structures of collaboration networks for transformative innovation. This is like their mandate. And they need to develop skills and capacities for different stakeholders, not only local actors, but public policies with centers and universities, Mediterranean and other program innovation projects. So they need to mobilize the community, the community of the mission and the thematic project solutions and outcomes as well, regarding the challenges and the local territorial challenges to strengthen the policy and the strategies of the regions. We will also be putting in place a MEL framework, which is monitoring, evaluation, and learning, which is a framework of self-reflection through the whole process. We evaluate as we implement the project, and this will element as well and nourish new guidelines and new ways of implementing the project. So it's not an ex-ante evaluation, but an ongoing and common learning process as well. And then the final part of the circle is to this wider replication of the replication of the TPELs, and then we start the whole circle again. So then we can create a new conceptual framework with all the learnings and implement the second generation, and then do another MEL framework and wider, and then forever and forever and forever. We will have a new ecosystem. Hopefully, we achieve our shared vision of the future of an innovative and a sustainable economy in the Mediterranean. So this is a bit the articulation of this activity. And then I just wanted, the final, the next slide is about innovation camps, because it's an important methodology that we use a lot. It's a space to build community as well, together with, it's aligned and together with the rest of the community and capacity building activities. And the difference on innovation camps is that it's to achieve alignment, not so much consensus, but to align different actors towards the same shared vision of the future. Because we usually are working so much, we are doing so many activities, so many projects, but we don't have spaces to actually think about where are we going together, are we sharing the same understanding of the current situation and where we want to go together. So these spaces are for this flexibility and to deeply reflect on these issues. So we want to identify and frame our place-based problems and regional vulnerabilities, and it implies a very strong orchestration of capacities, because we are so many actors with so many expertise and resources. So we need to mediate between our interests, which trade-offs we need to do, how to set collective priorities, etc. So these spaces to understand what a complex challenge is, why it needs a systemic approach, why we need systemic analysis and multi-level perspectives, why we need to exercise flexibility and envision together these futures and transition pathways. So these are the kind of questions that we work on these workshops. And just here we have the report that you can check with all the exercises that we did, a video summary as well. And then the next slide is just some examples of the exercises that we do, which is basically to reflect about our current system in a multidimensional way. What are the obstacles that we have in our current system? How do we envision our desired system? What are the elements that will help us get there? And when we imagine transition pathways. But these are just examples. You have to come and join to live the workshops and get inspired as well in innovation camps. Just I hope it wasn't too much information at the same time. I know it is, but we are here to support you and answer all your questions as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shaima. We run with Alessandro now in the last block.
Not last, I think, but the one before the last. I will try to be quick, so we go directly to the slide. Well, US actually this activity is led by CRPM and Francesco. We are co-leading, but so I'm presenting on his behalf. We have seen, you have listened to many activities which are in the work plan on the governance project. As you saw, some are more linked directly to what the projects do, meaning that they're based on the output. Some are more complementary. This activity on liaising and advocacy let's say, maybe something that you don't do specifically in your projects. All thematic projects, for sure, you have an outreach strategy, communication strategy. I saw that many, maybe the majority of these 5 new projects are transfer projects. So in a way, there is this need also to already to start capitalizing and to transfer to the other. So probably you have your own strategies with your own target group that sometimes can be very specific. What we can do from the governance project, and this should be something really to facilitate and to make you save time in a way, but to be more impactful. We are, let's say, following and developing some liaising activities at the mission level, meaning that we are opening channels with policy, let's say, institutional stakeholders, basically the main governance framework existing at macro-regional level in the Mediterranean, and especially with the European side. In some cases also with some national authorities, but you know, the program area is made by 14 countries. So we are focusing on the international institutions and networks. These channels, so this relationship that we are developing and cultivating should be in your availability, meaning that it should facilitate also your activity. So it is important that you are aware that we are doing this, and we will find ways to give more details in order that you know exactly what we are doing, and also you can suggest and propose how this relationship can be helpful for your activities, let's say, in a timely way. So also when you are ready to propose something, or when you need maybe to get some feedback or some input on what you are developing. The next one, related to liaising, that is a more general, let's say, relationship management, we can say, activity. We are also focusing on more specific advocacy, meaning that we will be our final goal is to promote also the understanding of the added value of territorial cooperation and Interreg, especially in our case at a transnational level in the Euro-Mediterranean area, specifically in our mission, because we are all part of the same family. I understand we are all rather enthusiastic about Interreg. Not everybody outside this world really understand this value added. So advocacy is basically aimed and doing this job, making evident for other actors of why these activities are important, how they are contributing to the general policy objective and to the well-being of the macro region in the end. This will be done by developing, let's say, policy messages that will be also based on the activity of the thematic projects, not so much on individual activities, because you work also on similar areas. So we will, in a way, elicit some more general purpose messages, but based on what you do. So it's very important that the results that the thematic project produce are of high quality, because this is also the basis for the advocacy. And we will work basically in 2 ways. Some kind of advocacy, general purpose, I called in this slide, are prompted by the governance projects. You will be involved, but let's say the initiative will come directly from ourselves. There are partners working on this, but we are available to support you in your activity, also on more focused activity on areas that you propose in a way. So where the initiative is coming from the side of the thematic projects. For example, since 3 of the projects that were presented before are in the area of blue economy, in this area there is already a specific activity ongoing. This was in a way initiated but another thematic project that is in this area that is called the Blue Ecosystem, and that we will probably involve also you in the coming months to develop something more specific on that specific area, so enhancing even more also the expertise, domain expertise that you have in the area. Just the last one, but this is just to know that we are working. This is not the only one, but we say this is one of the example of policy paper that we are starting developing. Very general purpose, because as most of you maybe already know, we are still in the middle of this programming cycle, but everybody is starting already to looking about the next programming period. The perspective are not so, let's say, not so pleasant from some aspect. So we want to be timely, so to develop now already, even if not all the projects are concluding and so not all the results are available, to produce some messages now that can fit in this debate on the perspective on post 2027. And this is starting, so we are already starting to do now. And in the next weeks and months, you will be involved with more details. I think it's my last one. Yeah. Thanks.
Great. So there were lots of information, I can assume that, but I would like to keep it you need to involve several partners of your consortium as well in our activities, because not a single partner can follow everything. But also you need to know that not all of the activities are happening at the same time with the same intensity, and some of them we only request specific thematic projects to participate in. So don't stress too much now. We will we had to let you know all the activities that were that are ongoing, and that we will request your participation, but we will keep it in order, just not to overload you with lots of activities from our side. I would like to give the opportunity if you have any specific questions before we move to the communication network. You can raise the hand, or you can also put them in the chat, so meanwhile we present the communication aspects. Maybe we just move now to the presentation about the communication. If you have any question, just raise your hand and we will answer them later on.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me right?
Yes,
okay,
we can.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. I'm Sara Giunchi from Emilia-Romagna region, and I am part of the governance project communication team as well, together with my colleague Nazi Tubal and Marta Castillo from Revolve, who are also connected today. I'm taking the floor just for a few seconds just to share with you that we are launching this new initiative of the mission level, which is the Innovative, Sustainable and Economy Communication Network. It will gather both the communication managers of the governance projects and the thematic projects. So you will be actively part of this process. And basically it will be a place to be more connected, to exchange information, to let us gather information from you in order to make sure to better promote your advancements and your activities, and maybe also to develop some synergistic actions such as joint communication activities and materials. Now, I won't go much into detail because we will have our first online meeting next week, and I recommend you to share with us your contact, the contact of your communication managers, so you can receive the invitation email and the connection link. And I think that's it for this part. Here, super briefly, you can find the main contact, the main references to stay in contact, starting from our mission email and our social media that I shared before in the chat. Then there is Basecamp, which is this super useful communication tool where we have a channel specifically devoted to the communication and exchanges between thematic projects and governance projects. And then there is also our newsletter, Innovative Sustainable Economy Spotlight, which is also a great instrument to spotlight and highlight, give evidence to your activities to give your voice in a way. And then if we can go, Maria, quickly to the next slide. We don't need to say anything about this. This is just an overview of our main contents. And here to conclude, there is an overview of the next upcoming events. Most of them have been already been mentioned, such as the Communication Network meeting, but also the Innovation Camp, the second online gathering of the thematic working groups, as well as the fourth ISA Cup gathering that will take place in October. Just I would recommend you to register also to the webinar Breaking Barriers, Behavioral Change, that will be an online webinar in the framework of the European Green Week, with if I'm not wrong, with a specific focus on behavioral change strategies for to foster circular economy. And then finally, there is the second Med Innovation Summit that will be in November in Barcelona, with a session within the Smart City Expo, where some selected TPs could have the opportunity to participate as speakers. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for the highlights. As the main points, just to highlight that we need to have, or we recommend to have a fluent collaboration and communication between the governance projects and the thematic projects. This is the only way that we will be able to know more about your projects and be able to better support you. The governance projects are mainly created to amplify and to support your project results, so please use us. And as we said, you will be invited to participate in our activities or events. Our communication often happens by email or Basecamp, so please also connect and use Basecamp as it is requested by the Joint Secretariat. And just one last point, if we move to the next slide, we need your contact, your referent contact details, at least the project coordinator, the technical coordinator, and the communication manager. And also, if you find that any other partner needs to be in copy in our emails, please let us know. You can send this information to us by email, to the general email that you received the invitation to this webinar. And also, we will need, when you have it, your work plan to know more in detail about your activities, and also please share the main events or meetings that are foreseen in the next month, so we can also participate and support you when needed. We will also need the project logo, but this we can request it by another email that we will do. And that's all for today. We just want to finalize giving you the floor. If you have any further questions or you would like to share any other points, please, you can do it, or you can do it as well by email afterwards. Thank you very much. We give some minutes to you before we close the meeting. Or any reaction if you see that it's like maybe a bit overwhelming and you would like to clarify what are the most important activities in the next months, just let us know if you have any doubts.
You are lucky because we have not prepared that test to see how many information we made, but be prepared that in the meeting of the COP, you also have exams at the end of the meeting. So always pay attention to what is told. Today, Maria, we didn't make any kind of final test.
I may take the opportunity. It was okay. I leave the floor to Marta, but because we didn't receive, it wasn't also required. But if you can share with us the slides, it's recorded and we will share. But if the ones that presented can share some slides, or even the ones that you didn't present, if you have some slides, we will incorporate it in the following up email with all the information. Marta?
Okay, hello everyone. I'm sorry because maybe it's not the place where I have to do this question, but I registered in GEMS. I put the name of the project, but I'm not linking with the project place. I don't know if I have to do something else or write or transfer the question to the partner lead or something else.
Yeah, you should tell the lead partner, because the lead partner, the person who is administrating your project, can associate, once you are registered in GEMS, can associate you to the project.
Okay,
so it's the
thank you
lead
very
partner
much.
doing.
Perfect, thank you.
And I guess you meant GEMS, but not Basecamp. But GEMS, we are not, like, we don't see your GEMS, but we see, or we are together in Basecamp.
Is there any other question that you might want to ask now? Otherwise, I think we can close the meeting. It's already 12. So thank you very much for your participation today, for presenting your projects. And we hope that you learn a little bit more about our governance projects and activities. And we will collaborate for sure in the next months with a fruitful collaboration. So thank you very much to also the governance projects partners to present the activities. And thank you and have a nice day, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you,
Bye.
Marcel.
Bye. Bye, thank you.